Shalini, are you doing your presentation today?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
May I do it now, madam?
Yes, you can do. Putta, you can remove the first part. You can write improving the piano playing skills of grade 7 students. That is enough. No need of developing strategies.
Okay, madam.
When it comes developing strategies, it is yours. Then that you don't need that part. You can write improving the piano playing skills of grade 7 students. That's enough, right? Okay.
Okay, madam.
Go to slideshow mode. Then we can see the enlarged PPT.
Okay, madam. Good evening, madam. Can you see the slides?
Yes,
Madam?
I can see you. Yeah.
Okay. Today I'm going to give my research proposal, improving the piano playing skills of grade 7 students. This is the table of the content. It includes 14 topics. And this is the background of the study. I am a Western music teacher of a government school which has more than 80 teachers and more than 1,000 students. I was assigned to teach Western music for grade 6 to 11, theory and practicals. And the theory part, it includes rudiments of music, history of music, instruments, types and styles. And the other part is practical, and it consists of recorder instruments, piano, and any other instruments, clapping, beating, like that. When I observing the practical skills and the term text marks, I was able to encounter some mistakes related to their piano playing. They are struggling with these things, such as hand positions and sitting positions when playing the piano, balancing the fingers on piano, lack of fingering exercises, and playing melodies with both hands. Identifications of the problem. I selected the problem of unable to play the piano both hands as my research problem because I felt that it was the major problem in my class. So I observed there are more students who are unable to play piano both hands in grade 7. So in grade 7, I have 10 students From that, I choose 4 students who are unable to play the piano correctly. When I check their term test practicals, I found some problems in their playing skills too. So I chose that their problem is difficult to play the simple melodies on piano with both hands. Then the significance of the study, I have to focus on practical skills of students. Students should have the clear knowledge on the basic rhythm of music and be able to play the simple melodies on piano with both hands correctly. Some students unable to play the piano both hands and some are unable to play notes at sight. In such an instance, students face problems and it will affect for their future music academic activities. They have to overcome this problem in this grade, otherwise it may be an obstacle for them to achieve their expected goals in their future practical properly. The intention of the study, the intervention is limited for 3 months and the intervention is limited only to the Western music periods during the school time. After school, classes can be held in the short time of period with the recommendation of the authorities. And I'm not going to reveal their identity. Research objectives are identify students' abilities and talents,
In
gives
what? Identify students' abilities and talents in what?
on their playing skills,
Then what playing skills?
piano playing skills.
Okay, identify students' abilities and talents. So, identify students' ability in playing piano. Right?
Okay, madam. Gives opportunities to present their talents in front of the others, improves their practical skills. Research questions are, why is it important to identify students' ability and talents of piano skills? What are the benefits students gain by learning an instrument? Why is it important to improve their practical skills? Close context, I identify this problem through observation and interviews from teachers. Observations are when I found low marks for music practical paper, and they are inability to play the correct posture, and they are poor knowledge of rudiments of music. When I interviews from teachers, one teacher told me that they are not attentive to the class and they are not coming to the school daily, and the other one said that they are not memorizing the basic theory of music. These are the articles I read to the academic context. 10 articles. Research process. Research methodology is action research method. Sample size is grade 7 for students of grade 7 and non-random in sampling. Data collection method is observation, interviews, studies of literature and documents. Intervention activity plan. In intervention, first one is pre-test and introduction to the piano. Pre-text is
So the pretest is not an intervention. Pretest is to identify their level.
level. Okay.
Introduction from introduction onwards, that is intervention, right? Okay.
Okay, madam. In pretext, I give a short notation to play to measure the accuracy of the notes and tempo. Then I record the students' results and describe why we have to learn to play piano. Then introduction on piano. Then I teach how the piano is invented and the structure of the piano. Then I give basic hand positions and sitting position on piano. I told them I act in how to put the hands height, how to handle their postures. Then second intervention is understanding the differences of fingering exercises, activities, fingering exercises. I give short fingering exercise to play on right hand, then left hand, then both hand. Then the next intervention is understanding to play the notation with both hands with correct notes and relevant tempo. I will give a short notation to sight read. I will give a short sight read notation. Then I ask them to practice on right hand, then left hand, then both hand. Post test is I will give the short notation to play with the correct notes with the correct tempo within the given time. Then I will compare with the pre-test. This is the time frame. In the first week of January, I identify the problem. Then the second week of January, literature review. Then I'm going to write in the research objectives and research questions in the third week of the January. Then preparing the research proposal. Then present the proposal and getting the approval on the first week of February. Then I'm going to implement the research on the second week of February to second week of March. Then I'm going to write the research report on the third week of March and submission the report at the end of the March. Ethical consideration. I'm not going to harm any individual or the group. Respect the privacy and do not mispresent the data, and being open to new ideas and getting permission from the authorities, and ensuring the dignity of the participants. These are the references I followed. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Putha, just tell me your name and the registration number.
Shalani Digala. And Shalani Digala. FNR. 210624.
Okay. So then how do you find time what do you lack? What do you find lack in these 4 students? How many students are there altogether who are doing Western music?
In grade 7, there are 10 students.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from 10 students, 4 students are unable to play piano with both hands correctly, madam.
Why? What's the reason that you have found?
They are not able to play because they are not practiced enough to play. They are not their lack of sight reading, and they are not playing piano with the correct fingering exercises.
Mm-hmm. Due to lack of exercises, due to lack of interest, that they have this inability.
Yes, madam, yes.
So you have observed them and you have identified these 4 need more practice.
Yes, they need more practice.
When I'm going to do this, the practice again?
In Western music periods and relief periods, madam.
So then you have take them to the Western music room?
Yes, madam, of course.
So then that is only through practicals that you are going to see whether they have improved.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Right, Putha.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I present?
Okay,
Madam, shall I?
Okay, Fatima Rumana.
Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, Putha. Now you have to remove my photo and the mic has come.
How to do it?
I also don't know. Why it is coming like that?
I minimized your size. Is it okay now?
Okay, wait until I write your registration number. Okay, right.
Okay. Hello, good evening, ma'am. I'm Romana. I'm going to discuss about the problem the students face in reading. So as we know in language, there are 4 skills, speaking, reading, listening, and writing. all the 4 skills are important. So I'm going to take one of that skill and I'm going to discuss their problem. This is my table of content, and okay, this is the background of the study. So as you know, reading is the foundation for academic success, and yet many grade 6 students face significant barriers in developing these skills. So these reading difficulties not only affect their learning, but also their confidence. So by grade 6, students are expected to transition from learning to read to reading to learn. So, my action research proposal aims to explore the causes of reading difficulties in grade 6 students and to develop their practical strategies to improve their reading proficiency. So, this is how I identify the problem. Reading is a critical skill for academic success, and by grade 6, students are expected to transition from learning to read and to reading to learn. This transition requires students to engage with complex texts across various subjects. Like in English, there are comprehension, so they have to read the text and answer the questions. So reading is more important, as I think. However, a significant number of grade 6 students experience reading difficulties that hinder their ability to comprehend and engage with these texts effectively. These are the key areas of the problem: reading comprehension issues, as I said earlier, fluency difficulties, and limited vocabulary, and also socio-economic and environmental factors. So as a private teacher, I am doing classes for grade 6 students for more than 20. So the 50% of the students are lacking of reading. They still don't know the pronunciation for C. Still say that C, set, like that, not K. So that's why I took this project proposal. Then my research objectives are to identify the specific reading difficulties faced by grade 6 students in the areas of comprehension, fluency, and vocabulary, and to develop and implement targeted intervention based on students' needs, to monitor and
That second one you can change. So then to develop what? To develop their reading comprehension through intervention process. To develop their reading comprehension skills through intervention process.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And I'll do it later. I'll edit. Okay, ma'am. Okay, to monitor and assess the progress of students throughout the intervention, to evaluate the effectiveness of intervention in improving reading skills and engagement with reading materials, and to explore how teacher strategies and student attitudes toward reading can be modified.
Shall we remove that? No need of that. You can do. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is something else, that students' attitude is that something else that you have to do separately.
Okay. Okay. Then third question is difficult to do, I think.
Last one, what impact to do the intervention strategies have on students? Okay.
Okay.
Last one, I asked you to remove the last one.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. And these are my research questions. What are the key reading difficulties faced by grade 6 students in comprehension, fluency, and vocabulary? How can targeted intervention address these specific difficulties? And I think, ma'am, I won't be able to do the third question, as you said earlier. It's about attitudes.
Yeah.
And what impact do the intervention strategies have on students' overall reading skills? And this is the close context. The research problem was identified through following tools: review of school academic records. after all the examination, they bring the reports to me. So I see their low marks.
Mm.
And I asked why it happened. They said because we couldn't read the comprehension part, we didn't understand the meaning. Those were the answers for them. So I observed from that, and feedback from parents also. And I interviewed their class teacher because she's one of my friend. So I asked what were the reason for low marks and all. And assessment marks from previous grades in reading, student surveys, and reluctant to read during class hours. So I personally I give them 5-10 minutes to read aloud in the classroom. They always hesitate. They don't like to read. They say no, we can't. So that was my main reason to do this proposal. And this is the academic context. I read it. And this is the intervention plan. The sample size is 10 students from grade 6 in a primary.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit about what you have found from the academic context?
So this is the article, Fluency Bridge Between Decoding and Reading Comprehension. So I saw the components of fluency, the key findings, the role of repeated reading. If we repeat the some passage again and again, so we can find the difference from first reading and the multiple of reading. So that was the finding from that. Okay, and from the next one, response to intervention and tiered intervention in reading, collaboration among educators, tiered intervention in reading. Next article, what really matters for struggling readers. The key finding was vocabulary development. So this is due to lack of vocabulary. They are not used to, because always they use only mother tongue. So English is their second language, they don't use much. So that was the key finding. And from the next article, what predicts success in beginning reading? As I said, alphabetic knowledge. They don't know the sound properly. For the difference between C and K. So that was the reason. That was the major findings. And helping struggling readers in the elementary grades. As I said, vocabulary development, the lack of usage of vocabulary. And this is the intervention plan I have. From 20 students, I have taken 10 students from them. The sampling technique is purposeful sampling technique. So the data collection methods are observation, parent feedback, and student self-assessment. This is the intervention activity plan. Accessing current reading level, like giving them passages and checking how they can read using digital reading assessments, and improve. The next method is improving fluency, like repeating the same thing or giving pair work. So this is the step. So using have students read the same passage multiple times, model fluent reading for students. Like I'm reading, then they have to repeat again, like drilling method. Then the next intervention is vocabulary development, vocabulary journals, word maps, and I'm going to teach them new words through visual, like visual aids, pictures. So they will remember those pictures and they will read it aloud. And the next one is improving reading comprehension, like summarizing text, questioning text techniques. Like while they are reading, I will ask questions. So if there is a passage, what happened next? What is doing he? What is he doing now? Like we can ask question. So that's the next intervention plan. And the next one is encourage independent reading. I will give them like from 1 2 hour class. I will give them around 5 to 10 minutes to read them independently. So they will sometimes they will correct their mistake while they are reading. The next one is regular monitoring and progress tracking. Conduct periodic progress reports, regular student feedback, and also I'll ask from parents too how they are reading and all. So this is my time frame. I identified the problem in January last week. Then in the first week of February, I did the literature review. In the second and third week of February, I wrote the research objectives and questions. In the fourth week of February, I prepared the research proposal. First week of March, I'm presenting the proposal and I'm going to get the approval. The second and third week of March, I'm going to implement the research. And the fourth and first week of March and April, I'm going to write the research report. And by the second week of April, I'm going to review and submit the project proposal. Report. This is the ethical consideration. Inform the consent. Consent will be obtained from both students and parents before participation. I already took permission from parents. And confidentiality. Students' data will be anonymized to protect their identities. I will not reveal the identity of students. And participation will be voluntary, and students will have the right to withdraw at any time. As I have more than 20 students, if one withdraw at any time, I can take the other students. And this is the research limitation. The sample size is limited to 10 students. The duration of the study is limited to 6 to 8 weeks of time. Limited assessment tools available. And student motivation and engagement, as you know, they will not, students' motivation will decrease by weeks and weeks. So that is the research limitation. And these are the references I took. And thank you. That's all, ma'am.
Show me your title. Addressing reading difficulties in grade 6 students. Okay. Addressing the reading difficulties, right? Addressing the reading difficulties. Then write only addressing starting with capital. Others you can write simple.
Okay, ma'am.
The reading difficulties in grade 6 students. Okay, even this also doesn't matter. This also doesn't matter. Okay, right, Putha. And just Rumana, tell me that how do you find time to do these activities for these 10 students? How many are there in your class?
Like 21, there is 21.
Okay.
I'm doing
So,
private class.
so you are doing it in your tuition class.
Yeah.
So then how do you find time to extra time to attend to these 10 students?
Like I will give some other activities to other students, and I will take like half an hour each day.
Extra half an hour.
Yeah.
How did you find their disability or weakness?
Because I always give them passages to read, and I see them, they don't know to combine words and read. So that was the reason.
Okay, right.
Thank you.
Madam, shall I do?
Okay, Putha.
Ma'am, I have shared my presentation to you. Can you share it for me?
Wait. Okay, okay. Last digits are 1162.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Hello. Shall I start, ma'am?
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to present about identify the correct usage of simple present tense in speaking of grade 3 students.
What is your FNR number?
My FNR number is uh, wait for a while, ma'am. FNR
Hmm?
21
Hmm?
10
Hmm?
15.
Okay.
Okay. Shall we move into next slide, ma'am? This is my table of content. Introduction, background of the study, identification of the problem, signification of the study, research objectives, research questions, source context, academic context, intervention plan, activity plan, time frame, ethical consideration, research limitation, and reference. Next slide, ma'am. This is my introduction, background of the study. I am working in an international school. There I would like to consider about newcomer students in grade 3 because they came from a government school. So they are suffering a lot to speak in English. Basically, they know the basic grammatical side, but they couldn't apply properly while they are speaking. My background of study consists its research that the correct usage of simple present tense in speaking in grade 3 students. These are the key points. Lack of knowledge about simple present tense. Most of the students don't know about the no ma'am next before slide. Most of the students don't know about the correct usage of simple present tense. Always they try to translate a word or sentences from their first language directly to English. Subject verb agreement issues. The students always mixing up with their sentences by using plural form to all the sentence. And irregular verbs and contextual usage, native language interference, and overgeneralization. Students often struggle with speaking using the simple present tense due to these challenges. Next slide, ma'am. Identification of the problem. The problem in action research regarding this correct usage of simple present tense in speaking is that learners consistently make grammatical errors when attempting to use the simple present tense in spoken English. Often misapplying the tense to situation where it is not appropriate, leading to misunderstanding in communication. Key aspect of this problem: incorrect verb conjugation, misuse with times expression, overgeneralization. When we look at the overgeneralization, it is a common mistake that learners make when they apply a rule too broadly, often leading to errors in the In the case of the simple present tense, overgeneralization happens when learners wrongly apply the rule of verb conjugation to all subject without considering exception or irregularities. Next slide, ma'am. Signification of the study. This allows
Okay.
individuals to accurate express regular habits, general truths, facts, and routines in everyday conversation. Mastering this tense is essential for fluent English speaking. Key point about the importance of the simple present tense: expressing routine action, starting facts, and general truths, clarity in communication, building fluency. Next slide, ma'am.
Okay.
Research objectives: creating a joyful environment for learning, and introducing about simple present tense and make them interesting to learn, asking some questions and let them to answer randomly by using simple present tense, explaining the
Wait, Pira.
okay, ma'am.
Wait. Need to correct some of the objectives. Go to the okay. Creating a joyful environment.
For learning.
Not creating. To create.
Okay, ma'am.
To create a joyful environment for the students to learn. Right? To
Okay,
create
ma'am.
a joyful environment for students to learn. To introduce simple present tense. To introduce simple present tense. And help them to create sentences and
help them to
enable them to create correct sentences using the structure.
Tenses using the structure. Okay,
Mm.
ma'am.
To enable them to use simple present tense.
To enable them to use simple present tense.
In their day-to-day life.
In their. Okay, ma'am.
Remove this one. Explain the use of, you don't need that. Remove that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Then to practice them to use simple present tense properly in speaking. And day-to-day speak. Both are same. Earlier I told you that's also the same.
Okay,
to
ma'am.
practice them to use the simple present tense properly in their day-to-day speaking.
Okay, ma'am.
Earlier when I told you, then you can remove that one. And
okay,
remove
ma'am.
that also. Explain the use of simple. That's also you remove that, right?
Okay, ma'am.
We have 4 objectives. Okay, go to the next one.
Okay, next slide, ma'am.
Wait.
These are the research questions. Why aren't they showing interest in learning tense? How can make the learning process easy for the students? What are the struggles faced by students when speaking? What the ways we can use to improve their speaking skills properly? Next slide. Close context. The research problem was identified through the following tools. These are the methods: observation and interview from the teachers, observing the lack of usage of simple present tense in day-to-day conversation, inability to use simple present tense properly in their role play, poor vocabulary skills. I interviewed some teachers and asked them. I got some points. They are saying that students are not keen to use simple present tense rules, not clear enough about using the word properly, student not memorizing the way of using simple present tense. These are the comments that they have given to me. Next
Okay.
slide, ma'am. Academic context, literature review. The simple present tense is frequently used in everyday conversation to describe facts, routines, and generalizations. Learners often fail to use the third person singular form of the verb correctly. Found that explicit instruction on verb forms, including practice with subject verb agreement and auxiliary verbs, significantly improved learners' spoken accuracy.
Mhm.
Next slide, ma'am. This is my intervention plan. Research methodology, action research method, sample size in grade 3, 5 students, selected 5 students, sampling techniques, non-random sampling, data collection method, observation, interview, study of literature and documents. Next slide, ma'am. This is intervention activity plan. Intervention, identify the basic knowledge about simple present tense of the selected students. I have given you 2 activities. First one is let them to speak about their daily routine and the steps. First, I provide instruction on the points necessary to be covered in their speaking. And the next step is educate the students on the basic rule of simple present tense. I use their textbooks as a resources. Next one, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Basic knowledge about simple present tense. Okay.
The activity 2, give them a small period of time to make a role play with the partner on the given topic. The steps that I have given to them, giving an explanation about the given topics, and I would like to explain some key points about the simple present tense while we talking how to use and what are the ways to use here. And next step is showing some example to get an idea about the role play by using simple present tense. Here I am using video clips as a resource. I will show some video clips in a simple video clips to improve their skills of speaking. Next slide, ma'am. This is my time frame. In first week of January, I am doing identification. I will identify the problems and I will read literature review. In the second week and third week, I would like to writing the research. I wrote research objectives and research questions. In the fourth week, preparing the research proposals, and also the February first week also. And the second week, presenting the proposal and getting approval. Then I took so many times to that because since at that time we have some functions and so many extracurriculum activities in our schools since it is a international school. Then March first week, March second week, I implemented of the research, and now I am doing the research. Third week, writing the research report, and the fourth week, review and submissions. When it comes to my time frame, I found so many struggles to getting the approval from the principal, sir.
Mhm.
That is the main issue that I faced here. And next slide, ma'am. Ethical consideration, ensuring to obtain permission to go ahead with research from the relevant school authorities, ensuring to obtain the consent from the individuals who are particularly being interviewed, ensuring the confidentiality of the identities of the individuals who provide information for the research. Next slide, ma'am. Research limitation. To research methodology can be time consuming. Lack of previous research studies due to lack of experience in primary data collection can be flawed. Since the research will be qualitative aspect related to student, it will be difficult to generalize information to common perspective. These are the reference. The main issue is since it is a international school, the parents, I want to explain each and everything to the parents when I took the selected 5 students. So it will be it was the very difficult part of my research, ma'am. Here,
How did you select them?
I am a grammar subject teacher for them.
Mm.
They the 5 students, they came in the last period of grade 2. It means now they are in grade 3. In the last grade 2, they came from the government school. They used first language Sinhala, and now they came to use English. So they are struggling to learn and write and speak. So that I chose those 5 students.
Okay. So then tell me your topic for the this thing. Identifying.
Okay, ma'am.
Find the correct usage of simple present tense in speaking of, not identifying, Putta. Improving. Improving
Improving.
improving the correct usage of simple present tense in speaking of grade 3 students. Are improving, right?
Okay.
How do you find time?
I am doing the grammar subject for them, and at that time I already told about that those 5 students don't want to do the school activities because they don't know to do, they don't know how to do. So I told I will give you some extra works to do at that time, then you can do. I will teach other students and I will keep them after school for half an hour.
Okay. How many days per week?
Per week, 3 days, ma'am.
Okay. Did you get the consent from the parents?
Yeah, consent from the parents and principals also.
Right. Okay, we'll do. Okay, right. We'll go to the next one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll do next. Who is the next one?
I'm Nalika. Could I do?
Okay. Nalika Sudusingh.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam, can see.
No, I can't see the presentation. I can only see your cat.
Sorry. 1 minute. Okay, ma'am, now.
Just put into slideshow mode.
Sorry. Public.
click on slideshow,
Pardon me, ma'am, there was
then from the beginning.
a small problem. I can't spell it. Mm. Ma'am, please let me time.
Okay.
I will do next, ma'am.
Okay, right. Who will do next?
Madam,
She
shall I
did.
do?
Okay, Akhil.
Yesterday I faced a network problem, that's why I am unable to do it.
Okay, right. Because I have written down your name here
Okay.
yesterday. I think it's better that you have to stop sharing, then Akhil can join.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
When if you click stop sharing, Akhil can share the screen. Okay, right.
Can you see this screen, madam?
Yeah. But only a part of it is seen. I can't see any other thing. I don't know what's wrong with that. Okay,
No.
right. Okay.
Good evening. I am Akhil Amir. My FNR number is FNR 210234.
Okay, Akhil.
My excel research proposal title is Let's Enjoy Reading.
Good.
This is research focus on grade 9B students. Select 5
When
students
it comes to 5
who are
children, say
studying.
here, Akhil, when it comes to 5 children, you
Yes,
can't say
ma'am.
studies. 5 children study. Study in grade 9B, not participating in, then again, not in simple, because you have put a comma, not participating in any reading activities, and they can't read properly.
Okay, madam.
5 children
Children
study.
study in grade 9B, not participating in any reading activities, and they can't read properly, and not having active participation in any reading lessons. So the significance of the problems are reading skills are essential for academic success across all subjects. Without proper reading abilities, students struggle to understand lessons, complete assignments, and engage in self-learning. In my grade 9B class, a significant number of students are unable to read fluently or actively participate in reading related activities. This affected not only their language development, but also their confidence, motivation, and overall performance in school. Lack of reading skill also impacts students' critical thinking and problem solving abilities, as they are unable to comprehend and analyze information effectively. If this problem is not addressed, these students are at risk of falling further behind in their studies, which can lead to low self-esteem, poor exam performance, and even dropping out their extreme cases. This research is also significant for teachers, as it provides a practical approach to addressing similar reading challenges in other classrooms, contributing to improved teaching practice and better students outcomes. Madam, as a ICT teacher, I was already taught to select a subject-related topic, but I was the class teacher for them last year. It means their 8B class. I I found out these students mostly struggling in reading activities. That's therefore they even can't to manage not only my subject, all subjects. That's why I select this topic for my Excel research.
What are the subjects you're teaching now for them? All the subjects?
ICT.
ICT. Okay. Okay, we have to correct these objectives, right?
Okay.
Mm.
Objectives are
We have to correct all of them. To enable the students to enable the students to do reading activities in the classroom and at home effectively to
Okay,
do the given reading to
enable
enable the what do you say?
to enable the
Enable the
students
students to
reading to do the
do
reading
reading activity, to do reading comprehension activities, in the classroom and at home effectively.
Okay, ma'am.
To get
Then
to get the participation of the students in the lesson, to get active participation of the
lesson,
students in the lesson. To get
okay.
active participation of the students in the lesson.
So,
Remove the other one.
then-
You don't need this one. Not thinking alone while you remove that one.
okay. Shall I remove after the
Okay.
presenting?
Oh, yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Working cooperatively with the other students in reading.
Okay.
To increase work, they are working to increase working cooperatively with the other students in reading activities. In the textbook, to read the textbook and to find the given and to find answers for the given questions. Read the textbook and to find answers for the given questions.
Okay, madam, I will change that.
Right. Continue.
Okay. Next, the action plan of the interventions are the first activity, changing the view of learning and build self-motivation. So the many students lack confidence on their reading abilities, and also doing motivation speech for students to develop self-motivation and talking about successful people's life story, get a moral. Then mostly nowadays the students are mostly focused in videos. So I plan to show some videos of successful life stories of the people. Then I can change their self-motivation. The activity 2, train student to understand Tamil alphabetic letters. Here I select the mother tongue because first of all they want to read the mother language. Then only they can focus to English. So first I select only the Tamil language here. Therefore, providing each student a set of Tamil alphabetic to make words, even pronouncing the words. It's like tasks for the primary teachers doing to in grade 1 2. Then changing the methodologies and learning environment. I use the ICT lab if needed for relevant time. I mostly use the ICT lab for them. Checking books for evaluate him and evaluate them, and giving some special writing and reading activities. Then activity 3, train students to pronounce Tamil alphabetic letters, providing set of pictures to pronounce the name of the specific picture by the help of first Tamil alphabet in that specific name. Activity 4, train students to read sentence. Here I develop the task from letters to paragraphs. So first of all, train them to read letters, then words, then focus on paragraph. Therefore, activity 4, train to read sentences. Make some sentence relevant to the picture and let them read after watching the picture. Activity 5, train the students to read storybooks. Tell and explain the story clearly by myself and let the student read that relevant story loudly.
Okay.
Okay. Then the time frames are, I recently changed the time frame because I have to plan second time because we got the Ramadan vacation last week. Therefore, first I start identifying the problem field and problem to respective journal. I mean, observation at second and third week of the January. But already have observed them in last year, 2024, when I was the class teacher for them. Then basic finding of the problem in third and fourth week, literature review in fourth week of January and the first week of February, planning the action plan on the first week of February. I plan to hand over the action research proposal on the second week of February, but it's got late. Implementation of the intervention in the third, fourth week of February, and the first and second week of March. Writing the action research report in 3rd and 4th week of March and first week of April, submitting the final report in the last second week of April. Here, the ethics are securing the privacy of the participant. Mostly, I didn't share anything about this task with their friends. Other class students. I only discussed with the class teachers and the subject teachers and the parents. Already, I got the permission from the principal. It's been getting approval from the relevant persons, securing the objective of the research from outer parties, getting approval of the student for the action research procedure, changes and remedial actions. Here, next, let's see the limitations. Research promises, first one, then the inability to make students stay after school because only I select 5 students. Two of them are traveling a long distance to school. That's why I'm unable to keep them after school. Lack of talking time even with the teachers. Can't continue the process on vacation period. For these limitations, I discussed with the subject teachers because first of all, they want to develop their reading ability before studying the other subjects. Therefore, the subject teachers allow me to take them whenever I am free. I take them to the computer lab and continue my process. These are my references, and mostly I use the internet also to find some details.
You have to write the year that you referred the research, right? Okay, what's the target group?
Grade 9B students.
Huh?
9B students.
3 students. I think it's
Five,
better.
five, 5 students, 9B students, grade 9B students.
Okay, right, 5. So
Yeah,
then
5
how
students.
how do you find time to do the research at the school?
School, when I am free, the class teachers and the subject teachers allow them to take them to the computer lab and do the process.
Okay, right. So how did you find that these 5 students?
Last year, I was the class teacher for them. So I already observed them during the whole year. Then I selected that 5 students.
Okay,
And,
right.
there are some more students also, but mainly these 5 students are struggling to read.
Okay. So then how do you find time to do the classes? When do you do the classes?
School time.
Huh?
School time.
What's that, Putta?
I'm doing on the school time.
You do only
School,
during the
my-
school time?
Yeah, go to
Is
school,
it enough for you?
Yeah, free periods. When I am
So-
free, I bring them with class subject teacher's permission.
Okay, right. Right, Putta.
Okay, thank you.
Who will take next?
Good evening, madam. Shall I?
Okay, Putta. What's your name?
I'm Fatima, baby.
Wait.
Share for now calling then.
Okay, Putta, start.
Wait a minute. Good evening, madam and my dear colleagues. Today I'm going to do my presentation. My heading is helping grade 6 students, government schools to improve English vocabulary in private medium schools.
Wait, Putta. That means what is the target? Where did you select this target group? From where? Go to the topic again.
So wait, topic again.
Helping grade 6 students from government schools to improve their English vocabulary. What's that? I can't understand. Can you explain?
Hello? Yes, I'm helping grade six students from government schools to improve their English vocabulary in private English medium schools. That means, ma'am, those who are coming from, in my introduction, I clear it.
But
This is my content.
whenever somebody reads the topic, they should be able to understand it. Okay, continue the wheel. Later on, we can correct it. Okay, continue.
I'm Abdullah Fatima Bibi, an educator at a leading English medium private school in the Putlam district. Our institution is unique in providing free education to orphan students, many of whom come from rural areas with limited exposure to English. My role focuses on bridging this language gap and empowering students with a strong English proficiency for their academic and personal growth. My research problem, many grade 6 students from government schools struggle with English vocabulary. Limited vocabulary affects understanding lessons, reading and expressing thoughts, leads to low confidence in speaking and writing English. Let's move on. Objectives. Identify vocabulary related difficulties. Second one, implement activities to improve vocabulary. Third, assess effectiveness of vocabulary building techniques. Fourth one, enhance student confidence in English. Fifth one, provide recommendations for teachers.
Wait for a
Questions?
moment. Go to the previous one. I want to correct some of the objectives.
Sorry, ma'am.
I want to correct some of the objectives. Leave it for
Okay.
some time. What do you mean by vocabulary related difficulties?
That means those who are coming from government schools, we are doing English medium. All the subjects we are doing in English medium. Most of the orphan students, they are coming from rural areas. Their knowledge is little bit only. They are.
Then you can write this. To identify the difficulties faced by the students related to vocabulary. To identify the difficulties faced by the students related to vocabulary.
Sorry, ma'am, I couldn't hear you properly. Hello?
Okay, to identify the difficulties faced by the students related to vocabulary. Next one, to plan and implement activities to improve vocabulary of the students. To plan and implement activities to improve vocabulary of the students. Assess the effectiveness of vocabulary building techniques. To assess the effectiveness of vocabulary building techniques used. To enhance students' confidence in using English effectively. To enhance students' confidence in using English effectively.
Okay.
To provide other one, 5 you can remove, only up to 4 you can do. 5,
Okay.
right? Okay, now continue.
Okay. Questions. What vocabulary challenge do students face? Second one, how does a poor vocabulary impact learning? Third one, what strategies can improve vocabulary? Fourth one, how do these strategies impact confidence? Fifth one, what recommendations can support teachers? Shall I move, ma'am?
Okay, so you have to form questions only for the selected objectives, right? Not all.
Okay. Okay.
Continue.
Data collections observed students struggling with English words, difficulty in understanding lessons and reading, shyness in class due to limited vocabulary. These are my literature review. Author Zamrina Abdul Majid Muhammad Sabur Hussain. Article title Vocabulary Development Studies in Teaching English to Young Learners. Private versus public schools in Punjab. Key findings: teachers employ various strategies such as loud reading, word games, and flashcards. Challenges including language barriers and limited resources. Public schools are enhancing strategies through textbook revision and training programs. Source: Journal of Applied Linguistic and Studies. Shall I read all, ma'am? Mary?
Yes, explain a little bit about what you have read. Explain, then we can get an idea. You don't need to
First one.
read everything, just explain the gist.
Okay. This study compares how teachers in private and public schools help students improve their English vocabulary. Private schools use more interactive methods like words games, something like that. Some schools face challenges such as a lack of resource and language barriers. The second one, Mara Escalo article title Vocabulary Improvement Program for English language learners and their classmates. Key findings: the 15-week program showed potentially positive effects on reading, achievement, and English language development among 5th grades. Source: Institute of Education Sciences, US Department of Education. As if the second one, it helps students improve their reading skills and learn English better. Third one, sorry, Malik Behlal Muhammad Kaini, article titled Comparative Effectiveness of Contextual and Structural Method of Teaching Vocabulary. Key findings: contextual methods benefit high achievers while structural methods are more effective for average and low achievers. Source: English Language Teachers Journal, Canadian Center of Science and Education. If you're getting the third one, the study looks at 2 ways of teaching vocabulary. Contextual method, first one contextual method and second one structural method. Contextual method, learning words in sentence and stories. Second one, structural methods, learning word meaning through definition and rules. Intervention plan. Intervention, if I take vocabulary building, activity, daily word practice. Steps: learn 5 new words daily. Resource: flashcards and word lists. Reading skills, activity, storytelling, reading books. Steps: read aloud, discuss words. Resource: storybooks. Writing practice, sentence formation. So activity, sentence formation. Steps: write sentence with new words. Resource: worksheets. Speaking confidence, activity, group discussion, role play. Steps: encourage speaking. Resource: discussion topics. Next one, fun learning. Activity, we are giving word games. Steps: word matching and flashcards. Resource: flashcards, game boards. Intervention process, journal entries, track students' progress weekly. Self-assessment, monitor word usage, replanning, adjust activities if needed. Final reflection, changes in me gain skills to support students. Changes in students, more confidence in speaking and writing. Knowledge gained, importance of vocabulary in learning. Inferences, vocabulary building strategies is transition to English medium schools. Time frame, I took 12 weeks, that means nearly 3 months. I'm starting from first week. First, we identify from students, those who are weak in vocabulary, like we are keeping admission test. Through that paper only, we are finding difficulties from there. We are finding from their marks only, we are dividing the students. From each grade, only grade 6 A, B, C is there. Then each class I take 3, 3, 3, last 3. That means especially in orphans, that together altogether 9 students. Then I'm dividing this thing and getting approval means I want to get the approval from the principal. Then I got the approval. Last year also I did. This year also I started. This is my time frame within 12 weeks. This is my references. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Okay. So what's the sample in your research?
Sorry, ma'am.
What's the sample? How many students are there?
Students, 9 students. Only 9 students.
Okay. How many students are there altogether in your class?
Each class there are 35.
Okay. Now the
35.
the
Yes.
sample was selected from one class.
No, in 3 class, last 2 to 2.
Okay.
According
Right.
to-
Then so
The
if you have
three.
selected them from 3 classes, how do you find time to train them?
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
You have selected them 3 classes. How can you find time to help them to improve?
The same class, ABC, grade 6, ABC.
You go to
same
3.
class.
You go to all the 3 classes.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Same class, ABC.
So
BC,
then, what are the difficulties they encounter?
in their vocabulary, ma'am. Writing, they can't even they can't talk in grade 6. Grade 6 English book. That is the first lesson is role play. Then from the starting, I am starting the role play. They introducing their self.
Okay. Right. How did you identify they have these kind of problems?
We are giving the test, admission test. Before giving the admission, we are keeping the test.
Okay. From
Then
there,
they have to take.
selected the
Yes,
students.
yes. Yeah. Sorry, ma'am.
Before doing the test, you gave them, before continuing the intervention, you did the test and identified the students.
Students, yes.
Okay. So then, right. So since it's is it a government school or a private school?
No, ma'am. Private English medium school.
Right. You can continue, right? Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Who would like to do next?
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam, can I do?
Nalika. Excuse me. I'm Nalika. Could I do, ma'am?
Okay, you can
Still
do.
waiting.
Alika, yes, you can do.
Thank
Share
you.
screen.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, start.
Okay, ma'am, now.
No, I can't see.
Now it's okay, ma'am.
Go to the slideshow mode and you can start by from this onwards.
Is it visible, ma'am? Still no?
I can see, but it's better if you can put click slideshow mode and go to the from the beginning.
I have shared from the beginning. I don't know what's problem, ma'am.
That you have to click on that this brown color line that you can find slideshow. Click on
Yeah,
that and then go from the beginning. So you did it?
yeah, ma'am.
Okay, okay, that's good. Then you can continue. Right. Right, start.
Yesterday also, ma'am, I tried to do that. I don't know what happened with my laptop. Okay, ma'am. I am Nalika. I am Nalika Sudhisinghe. I'm doing B.Ed in social science. My student ID FNR 210759. Then could I start, ma'am?
Okay, you can start.
Okay. I'm doing my research is investigating weaknesses in geography homework among the English medium students in grade 7. My school is a girls' school. Uh, it has a bilingual studies, not fully English medium. In my school, in English medium, students are expected to complete assignments in English, then which may pose additional challenges if students are non-native speakers or having varying levels of language proficiency. So this research focus on how these factors may influence the completion and quality of geography homework. So purpose, this study investigate the specific weaknesses grade 7 student face geography homework, particularly in an English medium context, and explores how language proficiency and teaching methods can impact their success.
Okay,
Uh,
continue.
then research problem is while geography is an important subject in English medium student face, unique challenges include I found language barriers. It's when students may not fully comprehend the geography context due to limited English language proficiency. Then geography terminology, then it's mean key terms in geography can be complex and difficult to grasp. If students are still misunderstanding in English language, then the next one, incomplete homework or misunderstanding instruction. They struggle with the understanding homework assignments in English might lead to complete work in incorrect um, of interpretation of uh, questions. Then I found sorry, specific objectives are there. There are some specific objectives. Investigate, the first one is the investigate impact of language proficiency on understanding geography concept. The second one, examine whether teaching methods, for an example, visual aids, interactive learning likewise, are effective for the English medium learners. Then third one is assess how students' language skill influence their ability to complete assignments in English. Fourth one, identify the role of teachers and parents in supporting language development in the subject. The fifth one, suggest strategies to improve students' comprehension and homework performance in geography. Then there are several research questions. The first one is, how does English language proficiency affect grade 7 students' ability to complete homework in geography? The second one, do students with limited English skills tend to make more errors in geography assessments compared to their peers, among peers? Then third one, how effective are English medium teaching methods supporting students' understanding of geography? Fourth question is, to what extent do student, parents or guardians play a role helping them to understanding geography homework in English? Then the methodology is, I take 10 sample of students in grade 7 class along with their parents. The research design, I took mixed methods approach combining quantitative and qualitative research. Then data collection method, the first one questionnaires for students. Then the second one interviews with the parents. And third, homework analysis to identify common errors and issues. Then fourth, focus group discussion with the students to explore understanding of it. So identifying several weaknesses. The first one, language proficiency issues are there. Then parental involvement and its impact on homework complexion. The next one, geographical misunderstanding due to language barriers. Then low engagement of that, low engagement of the homeworks and the low engagement of the activities. The need for visual learning. So for that, I made the time plan for that. The first January, first 3 weeks, I found the problem like that. I identified the problem. So the same month, third week, I did a literary analysis and finding research objectives. Then fourth week, preparing the research proposal. Actually, ma'am, some barriers were there because we had a lot of problems with the sport meet and like that. So the February second week, I did deployment research. Then the same March first and second week research documentation, and I try to inspection and doing submission in second and third weeks. And then I expected outcomes, language proficiencies, impact on their geography performance, then role of visual learnings and improvement with support. And the conclusion from my research summary, this study aims to uncover how language proficiency affect geography homework complexion is crucial of creating effective educational strategies for English medium students. Its impact, the findings will help educators, parents, and students adapt better practice to overcome common challenges for foster greater success in geography. Thank you, ma'am. This is my research.
Putte, go to the topic.
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
Creating weaknesses in geography.
Actually, ma'am, I don't know. It was actually I want to tell that every year I found this matter, ma'am. It is in bilingual school now, so as 4 classes are in one stage. It's in one section, grade 7 like that. In only one class, English medium students. That's why I'm teaching geography. I'm teaching in geography. Every year I face this matter because some of not much, 35, 40 students were there every classes. Some 10, 7 like that, they have faced this difficulty. So that's why I chose this.
What do you mean by homework? That means when you give homework,
Homework
they can't
means
do?
assessments, madam. Then I teach the lesson and I ask them to do some assessments in because in 40 periods I can't 40 minutes periods I can't do all the works, and some of homeworks it means
What do you mean by
assessments.
weakness? That means they don't do or they can't
No,
understand.
weaknesses means most of them doing half and 1 or 2 like that. Some are not doing, some are not answering why they did not their homework. They are trying to tell like that. Then after I found the language barriers, they don't want to show them a lot of I can't tell, but I want to tell that some most students around the schools. So there are many different students are there. So most of the problems I found from those students, not the other ones. It's around at the school that background students are not doing homework. So I thought that maybe they have. I talked with the parents. Parents also told me that they have a lot of language barriers. Most of them told like that. Language
Okay, so
barriers.
you can change it like that.
Yeah.
Motivating the students,
1 minute,
motivating
ma'am.
the
Yeah.
English medium students in grade 7 to do their homework.
Medium. English medium.
English medium students in grade 7, English medium student in grade 7 to do their homework in geography. Because our intention is not only to investigate the weakness, no, so we are going
Yeah,
to
ma'am.
improve them.
Okay.
So then this
Okay, ma'am.
okay.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry.
Go to the objectives, Pata.
Yeah.
So these we can't take these. To identify the write down these things.
Okay.
To identify the reasons for their lack of interest.
For their
lack of interest in completing homework. Then
that's one, no, ma'am.
yes.
Second one. Yeah.
Using to use
Okay, ma'am.
effective visual aids and interactive learning strategies to eradicate their language barriers. To reduce their language barriers.
Sorry, ma'am. Interactive learning strategies.
To reduce their language barriers.
Yeah.
To motivate the students to improve their language skills. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one. Did you talk about the strategies? Using correct strategies.
Strategies, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Now,
yes.
now how many objectives? 3?
3 are there.
Okay, that would be enough.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. So then what is your sample?
10 students I got, ma'am.
Okay, so when are you going to have these activities?
I have the same classes having resource center periods.
Mhm.
So I try to do that period, ma'am. Once a week, I have a period for each section, each class, resource center.
Okay,
So
last
that-
one you can take so to suggest strategies to improve student comprehension and homework performance. We will change it to suggest strategies to improve their reading comprehension in order to complete their homework in geography.
comprehension to reading comprehension to strategies to improve their reading comprehension to ma'am.
Improve their reading comprehension to complete their homework in geography. Okay, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, next one, Gayani, can you do?
Yes. Madam,
Yes. Can you share?
could you please share my presentation for me, madam?
Did you send me?
Yes.
Now?
At 8:35.
When did you send me? What's the phone number? Can you resend it to my WhatsApp?
Okay, ma'am. WhatsApp number.
What did you send? Send
Could
it.
you please send your WhatsApp?
Did you send it to my WhatsApp?
No, ma'am. I share in chat box and so,
No,
ma'am.
we can't. I don't know whether we can do it with chat box. Wait. Wait. It's there in the. How can I get it? It is you're Sumaya Salhi. No, you are not there. So it's very difficult to I can't take it from the chat box.
Okay, Miss, could you please send your WhatsApp number, madam?
071 44 87869.
Ma'am.
Correct?
Number.
So can we give the chance to somebody else until she sends me? Sumaya?
Madam, shall I do it, madam?
Imasa, yes, Imasa, yes. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am.
What's your problem?
Madam, shall I do it?
Okay, Akira, yes, you do. Wait, wait. Is Apira? Wait. Apira. FNR. Okay, right.
Good evening, madam.
Mm.
My topic is improving the correct usage of simple present tense.
Then, who are using?
Sorry, madam.
What is the target group?
Grade 6 students.
Then you try improving the correct usage of simple present tense by grade 6 students.
Okay, madam.
By your of grade 6 students.
Improving the correct usage of simple present tense of grade
6 students.
of grade 6 students. Problems identified. There are a lot of problems in classes, difficulties in pronouncing words, students in disciplines behaviors during class time, lack of knowledge in vocabulary, problems in constructing sentences in simple present tense. From these problems, I have selected only the highlighted problem. Problems in constructing sentences in simple present tense. In grade 6A, some students had a lot of difficulties in constructing sentences in simple present tense. They had many confusion about the tense, so I have chosen 6 students according to their worst work in their exercise books and exams. Finding facts about the problem through observation of their exam papers and activities on their exercise book. I found those problems and discussion. Academic context. Name author Lara Nicola. Year published 2015. Name of the book English Grammar Part 1, Grammar Part 2. Content simple present tense. Page number 96 to 130. Structure of simple present tense. And the name of the author National Institute of Education, year published 2014. English grammar and exercises. In this book, sentence making and question making in simple present tense, page number 39 to 42. It focuses the fluency in English, make easy to study the grammar. And Murphy R. Year published 1992, Intermediate English Grammar, exercise for simple present tense and exercises. LRF Champion 2016, English Grammar, simple present tense sentence making, page number 49 to 52. It focuses on English grammar.
Why, what's wrong? What?
Sorry, madam.
Okay, continue.
Sorry, madam. Sorry for the interruption. In English Grammar 1992, Murphy R, page number 10 to 25. Unit 2, present symbol. He gives an example situation and explains the simple present tense and gives an example and gives we use the simple present to talk about the things in general. We use it to say that something happens all time repeatedly, and also gives activities for making sentences and questions. Grade 6 Teachers Guide 2014 NIE Ministry of Education, page number 25 to 30. Constructing simple sentences and expresses everyday action using simple present tense, positive, negative, positive question, and negative questions. English grammar and exercises 2006 L. Chapman, page number 39 to 42. Unit 18 and 19 gives a picture and sentences and gives brief explanation about simple present tense. Gives an example sentence and explain the sentence structure, and also gives some negative sentences and question. Then gives exercises for following, mostly give fill in the blanks questions. Objectives of the record: identifies the structure of simple present tense, positive sentence, positive question, negative sentence, negative question. Identifies verb formation of simple present tense. Use simple.
Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Hello, madam. Can I do it?
Madam? Hello, madam. Madam?
Hello.
Okay, Apira. Putte, I'm extremely sorry. Can you just
Okay,
Apira?
madam. Yes, madam. Okay. Objectives of the record. Identify
But
the
I can't see you. I can't see the screen.
Now, okay, madam.
No, but no, can't see. You just share the screen. Okay. Objective.
Objectives of the record.
Mhm.
Identifies the structure of simple present tense, positive sentences, positive
To
question.
identify you can do like this. The first question you can say, now your problem is the students have lack of knowledge about simple present tense. Ne?
Yes, madam.
To identify the reasons, to identify the reasons for the lack of knowledge of simple present tense usage. The usage of simple present tense.
Okay, madam.
Then you don't need these things. Positive sentence, negative. You don't need them.
Okay, madam. Identifies verb formation of simple present tense. Use simple present tense properly in speaking.
To identify correct verb formation. To identify correct verb formation in simple present tense.
Correct verb formation in simple present tense.
To use simple present tense accurately in speaking. To use simple present tense accurately in speaking.
To use simple present tense accurately in speaking. Practice them to use simple present tense appropriately.
This
Sorry,
third
madam.
and fourth are the same. So up to third, that's enough. Third and
Okay,
fourth are the same. So then third would be enough. You remove the fourth one.
Okay, madam. Objectives for the intervention for the teacher, ability to clarify the doubts of the students regarding simple present tense, to build up the structure of simple present tense. For students, to improving the level of students, identifies the structured usage and verb formation. For the school, to bring changes among the students to create sentences, to increase the achievement level in students. Planning of intervention program, expecting achievement, constructing simple sentences using simple present tense. Activities. Activity 1 identifies the structure of simple present tense. Step 1, show the video clip according to the structure of simple present tense. Step 2, display some sentence strips in simple present tense. Step 3, make the students to write the structure of simple present tense. Data collection method, video clips, worksheet, and checklist. Expecting behavioral changes. At the end of the lessons, the students will be able to identify the structure of simple present tense. Activity 2 identifies the verb form of simple present tense. Show a video clip which has some verb form of simple present tense. Step 2, get them to play whiteboard ups game. In the step 3, ask them to write the correct verb form. Expecting behavioral change, the students will be able to identify the correct verb form. Activity 3, introduce the structure of simple present tense positive sentence. Step 1, display some jumbled word cards on the board and ask the students to arrange them to make sentences. Step 2, show some cards of daily activities and ask the students to make sentences in simple present tense. Step 3, show a video clip which has structure of positive form and ask the students to make them sentence positive form in simple present tense. Data collection method, video clips, observation, picture cards, jumble word cards, and worksheet. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify the simple present tense positive form. Activity 4, identify the structure of negative sentence. Step 1, display some jumbled word cards on the board and ask them to arrange them to make negative sentences. Ask the students to make negative sentences in simple present tense. Step 3, show a video clip which has structure of negative sentence form and ask the students to make negative sentence in simple present tense. Data collection method, video clips, checklist, jumble word cards, and worksheet. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify the structure of simple present tense negative sentence. Activity 5, introduce the structure of simple present tense question form. Step 1, display some jumble words card on the board and ask the students to arrange them to make sentence. Step 2, show some picture cards of daily activities and ask them to make sentences in simple present tense. Step 3, show video clip which has structure of question formed and ask the students to make question in simple present tense. Data collection method, video clips, observation, picture cards, jumble word cards, and worksheet. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify the structure of simple present tense question form. Activity 6, identify the structure of negative question. Display some word cards on the board and ask the students to arrange them to make negative question sentences. Students makes negative question sentence in simple present tense. Then show a video clip which has a structure of negative form and ask students to make negative question in simple present tense. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify the structure of simple present tense negative questions. Activity 7, identify the usage of simple present tense. Show some picture of daily activities and ask the students to describe the action using simple present tense. And step 2, display some jumble cards and ask them to arrange the sentences. Step 3, engage them in collaborative activities such as making sentences and questions using simple present tense. Activity 8, construct simple sentences in simple present tense. Show a video clip which has some activities. Get the students to make them sentences using the video clip. And step 3, ask them to write 5 sentences about the picture. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to make sentences and questions using simple present tense. Research, ethics, beneficence, respect for the person.
So in your activities that the activities are only for writing, but there's no nothing for practice or speaking.
Yes,
Right? So
madam.
that almost all the activities were there for writing. So now, but in your objectives that you had some more activities, some more objectives for their practice in your practical usage of the tense. So you have to include more practical activities, speaking activities, right?
Okay, madam.
Okay. Right. Continue.
Research ethics, beneficence, respect for the person, maintaining identification of the participants and the social society, be frank in research process, and getting permission to use the documents and their references, and rules and regulation, conforming the groups to do the remedies, getting permission from the principal and class teacher. Limitations. There are 12 tenses, but I have chosen only one tense, simple present tense. And there are 28 students in my class, but I have chosen the 6 students for my research, only the slow learners. Time is the most limitation in my research. And I have conducted the classes before school and after school. Tentative time frame. Identifying students' difficulties in week 1 and week 2, basic research of the issue. Week 3, relate the problems with the academic context, preparing, planning activities, preparing and presenting the presentation, implementation of the intervention, interference wheel process, preparation of report, preparation of the final half.
What do you mean by interference wheel process?
Pre-test and the intervention of the process.
That is implementation of the intervention is there.
Implementation of the intervention mean implementing the intervention steps.
Then next one.
Uh,
What is next one? It's also the same.
oh, yes, madam, it's also same.
Yeah, so you don't need that one, right?
Oh,
Preparation of the
okay.
report, implementation of the intervention, collecting data, right? Collecting data, preparing the report,
Preparation.
preparing the report, reviewing and submitting the report.
Okay, madam. References, English grammar and exercises, L.R. Chapman, page number 39 to 42. Murphy, Intermediate English Grammar, Cambridge University. National Institute of Education, Grade 6, 2014 Guides, Ministry of Education. Brin and Martin, 2016 High English Grammar and Composition, Chand and Company Limited, New Delhi. Sabastina and Perea, Andres Mosa, 2017, Journal of Innovative Studies on Character
Okay,
and...
but no need of reading them, right? Okay, right. So then,
Okay.
how do you find time to do the research?
I have used before the school and after school.
Okay. Right. So then you are starting with the pre-test and you end with the, you have to compare your pre-test data with the post-test data, right?
Okay, madam.
Right. Okay, right. Next one, we'll give chance for only one.
Oh,
Others
ma'am.
can do on,
Excuse me.
others can do on Sunday. Sunday also we have a class. So who will be doing next?
Can I do it, madam?
Okay, but I'm also.
Yes, thank you, madam.
Okay.
Good evening, madam.
Can you enlarge it to the?
Is it right, madam?
No, I can't. Still, it's right. All right. Wait until right.
My research topic is to improvising the spelling errors in writing English among students.
You are 210919.
Yeah, madam.
Still, it's small. That can you make it and can you enlarge it?
Is it okay, madam?
But it's better now. I think there's a way that you can enlarge it. Just see.
I couldn't find the option because I am doing it in my phone. So,
doesn't matter.
Is it okay, madam?
Okay.
I am Mohammed Anas Fatima Imaza. My Roll number is FNR 210919. And I have chosen the research topic is about to improvising the spelling errors in writing English among students. As the title of the study, reducing the constant spelling errors in English. As my school is KG Mawa Uduhuruwa Pathampitiya. It is located in the rural area of Pathampitiya Rambukkana, where access to quality education resources limited. The school faces significant challenges, particularly in the area of English language. The parents and the students also give poor attention to the English language, and there is often no permanent English teacher, which has led to inconsistent teaching. So, as this is the background of the school, and I think the primary reason behind this low ability of spelling mistakes of English languages are irregularities in classes, and they are constantly getting absence, and the poor guidance at home. Also, the COVID-19 also was also a huge impact for their poor English writing. And lack of interest in practicing writing due to online and limited classes. Also, the lack of motivation to work on spelling at home, because when we give homeworks to write passages or paragraph copywriting, they always make some excuses to not to do. And I have identified the above issue particularly in grade 7 classroom. Therefore, my aim is to explore ways to improve the students' writing without mistakes. The focus is to identify strategies that can increase students' participation, help them feel comfortable using English in real life. Can I move the next slide, madam?
I can't see you, Buddha, since it's too small. I think
Sorry,
there's a
madam.
way
Now
that
can you? Now can you see, madam?
Ah, okay, right.
My
Can you
main
go to the
research
objectives?
question
Can you
is
go to objectives? Go to the objectives.
objectives. I think the next slide, madam, is
Okay,
about
okay,
to come.
right.
Okay, my main research question is about what strategies can help to reduce the common spelling errors among students while writing English language, and how to increase their writing skills and writing quality in writing in quality. And this is a literature review. As an introduction, spelling errors in English are a common issue among students at various educational levels, impacting their writing and overall literacy development. Understanding the cause and types of spelling errors, as well as identifying effective instructional strategies, is essential for educators aiming to improve students' spelling skills. First one, I think phonetic complexity of English, as English is a complex language with many irregular spelling, it lacks patterns. Also, influence of native language, as our students' native language is Tamil or Sinhala. English becomes a international language. They more often doesn't get a chance to speak or chance to write in English. So it is also one of the major problem. And lack of phonological awareness, which refers to the ability to recognize and manipulate sounds in spoken language. And it is very crucial for spelling. And limited vocabulary knowledge, as our students doesn't go through the dictionary or doesn't get any new ideas. So it is a very limited vocabulary knowledge that they have. It is also a significant factor in spelling errors. Visual memory and orthographic knowledge, According to Triman, spelling errors can also stem from weak visual memory and insufficient knowledge of words. These are the literature review of the spelling errors. And the objectives. The general objective is to improve students' writing skills by identifying key challenges and implementing effective strategies that enhance their ability to produce coherent, accurate, and well-structured written texts. My specific objectives are to identify the common challenges students face in writing, including issues with grammar, vocabulary, organization, and coherence, and understand the underlying causes of these difficulties. Second one, to evaluate the effectiveness of various instructional strategies, such as writing prompts, peer review, and explicit grammar and vocabulary instruction in enhancing students' writing skills. Third one, to investigate the role of feedback and revision process in helping students to improve the clarity, accuracy, and structure of their writing over time. To examine the impact of writing practice and writing frequency on students' ability to develop more fluent and confident writing skills. Fifth one, to assess the influence of student motivation and engagement in the writing process and explore methods for increasing interest and participation in writing activities. And the methodology which I have used for this research is simply I have given the picture here: planning, research, observation, and reflection. By wording, this action research will follow a cyclical process: planning, action, observation, and reflection. Over a period of 3 months, I will implement various strategies to reduce spelling errors and improve their writing and observe the students' response to these methods. The participants, the sample students which I have taken was the 6 students from the grade 7 class because I have identified them as a most commonly spelling errors which occur frequently while writing English language. They are good at reading but make common errors in writing English. Survey collection method is, the goal is to identify the cause of spelling errors, assess the effectiveness of intervention, and gather insight into the impact of specific strategies. Below are some effective survey collection method which I have used for this research. First one is questionnaire. Target group was students. Questionnaire method, the purpose is to collect information on students' spelling habits, common errors, perception of spelling challenges. Example, question about what are the most common types of spelling errors you make? Example, for which strategies, phonics, word families do you think are most effective in improving spelling? Such kind of questions. Also, the pre and post test target group students. Purpose to assess students' spelling abilities before and after an intervention to measure the effectiveness of strategies used to improve spelling. A test consisting of words that students have struggled with in previous. While doing the test, pre-reading, doing the activity, when we give the test, and after the post-test, we can assume the students' level of writing. And these are the interventions. Positive reinforcement, like acknowledging small success even if they make errors. We also have to encourage them to do more. And phonics instruction objective to help students understand and relationship between letters and sounds. Implementation, teach basic phonic rules and focusing on common letter sound correspondence. Example activities are like phonetic patterns, like cat, hat, like rhyming words likewise. And word balls activity which can provide reinforcement of common words and spelling patterns to create a word wall in the classroom where frequently they used or difficult to spell words are displayed, and students themselves also when get encouraged to do better next time. Spelling games like a very fun and very engaging activity, incorporating simple spelling games such as bingo, crossword puzzles, spelling bees, and also um, Scrabble board games. Also, peer learning and correction objective to promote collaborative learning and reinforce spelling skills through peer feedback. As a pair students to work together where they can check each other where they do correct spelling mistakes or not. So the data analysis, I will analyze the data to see how students have improvised their writing skills. And I also observed notes when they will be analyzed to identify trends in students' participation and confidence. And this is my action plan and time frame for the 3 months of period, January 1st and 2nd week. I did the identification of the problem, and 2nd and 3rd week, I did the literature review. 3rd and 4th week, writing the research objectives and research questions. February, where there I had to face a challenging part. We had sport meets at our school, so therefore I couldn't do it accurately. But as far as the time frame, the first week I have to do the preparing the research proposal, presenting the proposal and getting approval for the 2nd week. 3rd and 4th week, it is implementation of the research. So March 1st and 2nd week, the implementation of the research. 3rd week, writing the research report. Finally, I have to review and submit the research.
Right. Show me the objectives. Show me the title of the research.
Madam, I didn't finish it. Shall I finish?
Okay. Right.
My ethical consideration is so far is to inform concern, getting their concern, confidentiality and anonymity, and respect for the participants, and minimizing harm, transparency and honesty in reporting, and their feedbacks to the participants. Also, the challenges and limitations which I have encountered was the time constraints. As I have given the short time of period, it is quite hard to identify the students' behavioral incremental and the student resistance. Some students may feel lazy and uncooperative. Also, the classroom environment. As it is a Tamil medium school, students may still be influenced by their first language, which they feel challenged to write fluently. As conclusion, the research demonstrates effective strategies to improvise students' writing skills by addressing their mistakes and errors by using combination of positive reinforcement, provide contextual spelling exercise, spelling games, and etc. I hope to create an environment where students can use English happily. The findings from the research will give a valuable insights into improving language learning practices, foster a more inclusive, supportive classroom environment. Thank you for listening to me, madam.
Show me the title first.
Okay.
Improvising spelling errors. Spelling errors improvise karna? Not improvising. Spelling errors in writing English among students. No. So what do you want to do now? So in
Yes, madam.
their writing, you want to reduce the spelling errors.
Spelling mistakes.
Is that the one
Yeah,
you want to do?
Yeah, I have to reduce their spelling mistakes
In their writing?
Yeah.
So you can write the same. Reducing the spelling errors in writing English of grade 7 students or whatever it is, not among students. Among students means we can take thousands of students. So
Okay.
reducing spelling errors in writing English, or in
Okay.
English writing, in grade 7 students, whatever it is. Doesn't matter.
Okay, madam.
Objectives, show me the objectives. Go to the objectives.
Okay, madam. I'm moving the slide. Can you see, madam?
Move. How many objectives are there? To identify the common challenges students face in writing, including issues with grammar, right? Okay.
The general
first one is
objective.
okay. To evaluate the okay, to evaluate the effectiveness of various instructional strategies. You don't need to write the examples. You can use these in your intervention to identify the
Okay,
common challenges students face in writing. That's enough.
Okay, madam.
To evaluate the effectiveness of various instruction strategies in their writing. To investigate the role of feedback and revision process in helping students improve the clarity, accuracy, and structure. To examine the impact of writing practice and writing frequencies on students' ability to develop more fluent and confident writing. It's okay. To assess the influence of student motivation and engagement in the writing process and explore methods for increasing interest. Okay, right. Okay, you can do. Okay, Bhute. Now I will take yours that we have again on Sunday. So others can get ready to do your research on Sunday, right? Who are the others who are going to do the research? Gayani also can do next day. Gayani, and who is the other one?
Madam, can I do?
Not today, Bhuta. So we'll do on Sunday.
Okay, madam.
Fine. Okay. Right. So thank you for joining. So we'll meet again on Sunday, right?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Good night.